And we're on. What's up, guys? Welcome to... Oh, hold on. We're supposed to do the intro in Norwegian, right?
Så jeg skal si hei og velkommen til
Kisskapadespodcast.
Podcast.
Okay, do it.
Right now?
Yeah.
Together?
Yeah.
Hi.
No. I think one person.
One person.
Okay, who wants to do it?
Cynthia, you have the best voice, as you said earlier.
No, man. Okay.
You do realize we're rolling, right?
Okay.
Okay, hi og velkommen til thekisscapadespodcast.
I'll say it again with some enthusiasm.
Hi. Hi og velkommen til thekisscapadespodcast.
Okay, I guess that's how they do it in Norway.
Should I look at the camera or not?
No, it's all good.
Okay.
What's up, guys? Another amazing episode of the Kisscapades podcast. I have two lovely guests with me as we start off, 2020.
2020.
So, 2020.
2020.
Not 2020?
2020.
That's American, right?
Actually.
How do you have like an American
2020.
accent and you're from Norway?
2020.
You have to get it from somewhere.
Yeah.
People
Really?
have British accent. You choose
Have
one and
everything,
you stick
choose
to it.
one.
Choose one. Choose one and roll with it, right? So anyway, another episode, another brand new year. We're dropping episodes twice a week, I think, right now. Short of 100 episodes and still dropping more. So I just want my two lovely guests to introduce themselves, their names and what they do for a living, or if they're in school or whatever they do. I mean, if you're sugar babies, say so as well.
Wow,
Yeah.
you threw that in there.
Sugar baby.
I'm just saying.
Have you met one?
I know a lot of them.
Oh,
Do they say it in public? Like,
Yeah.
I'm a sugar baby.
Yeah.
Wow.
This
I'd
is
love to
Kenya.
interview one.
Wow.
Wait, you guys do know like Kenya is like top 10 in the world for sex tourism, right?
I actually did not know that.
I didn't
You
know
didn't?
that. No,
If you Google right now, it will show you.
that's
Yeah.
know that.
disturbing.
It's not. I mean, if it's,
So who's number one?
In
of
Thailand,
course, Thailand, Brazil, Spain, all those countries are crazy
South
with that.
America. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So anyway, just introduce yourselves, your names, and what you do and where you stay, because we're
Okay.
getting deep into that.
All right. Hi, my name is Cynthia.
That's it.
I'm a student. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a student. I study comparative politics.
Mm.
What I do right now, I'm not working. I quit my job actually.
Okay.
So now I'm actually moving from Norway
To
to London.
the most expensive city in the world.
Norway is expensive.
Norway is
Expensive.
It's expensive than London.
I mean, in
Yes.
terms of renting,
Are you serious?
No.
London is number one.
Yeah.
But everything else, food, like
Eating out must be crazy, right?
transport,
It's a
eating out
thing.
is cheap in London.
In London, yeah.
Yeah.
Than Norway.
than
Yes.
Norway.
Okay, introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
I wasn't
And what you
done,
do?
but okay.
Oh, were you
No,
done?
it's fine.
No.
What? You're not done? Okay. She was done. Come on. We're going back to you guys.
I was
So,
Anyways, my name is Sheila, and I live and work in Norway. Right now, I'm doing a lot of freelance work,
yeah.
and I have a background in filmmaking, especially script writing, screenwriting. That's what I enjoy the most. And right now, I am currently developing with 3 other women, like a platform, and that will be like a multimedia platform. And so soon I'll be having a podcast coming out.
Hey. Hey, if you need the best tips, you can always get
I'm going
them.
to ask you. I'm
Yeah.
going to ask you, definitely.
You can always ask from somebody in a third world country so that they can show you how it's done.
I actually hate, I hate that term. I really
What?
hate that term.
But we are,
The
right?
third world country thing, I hate that term. I'm like,
But
yeah,
it's there
we
for a
don't
reason.
use it. We say developing. country.
even,
Is it developing?
even
I mean, it is, and it's not,
Kind of, right?
but it is.
just in general, just
In
let's
general.
remove the whole developing and and third world and
What would you use?
Yeah, what
it's
would
just
you...
another country that has a different history.
Hey, okay, listen. Let's get into this. Let's get into the podcast. So I know both of you clearly, like we met in Mombasa during some festivities. We've had some good and bad times and memorable times as well, right? So
Why are you looking at me?
she's looking at you and I was like, yeah, clearly. So let's just see like what we can. There's so many things to talk about, but you guys have been away from the country like for the longest time, because I can see that you're really fluent in, what's the language?
Norwegian?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're quite fluent. So you've both been away for how long?
I think I've been there since I was 12 years old.
12.
I'm 23 now.
Okay, you didn't have to say your age, but hey, guys, just notice she's a bit,
What?
She's a what?
no, very intelligent. It's because it comes with experience, right? So
Travel is the best teacher. So
how about you? How long ago have you been away from, just Kenya?
I think the main difference I would say between me and Cynthia is like Cynthia travels back home more often than I did.
Yeah.
And this is my third time back in the continent since I moved to Norway when I was 10.
When you're 7?
10.
10. And you're actually not Kenyan, right? You're
I'm Tanzanian.
Yeah. See, the good manners explains a lot.
Yeah, she was super polite.
I know, right?
She's super polite.
Tafadhali, naomba.
Naomba chai.
Naomba, leta chai. It's leta chai.
I cannot.
It's so polite.
I have to.
So
But it's nice.
what are some of like the main differences that you guys have noticed, like just cultural differences? Because I'm sure it's hard to like bounce back and forth from like when you're in this culture and like how even Tanzania is, how Kenya is, and how Norway is. Cultural differences. How is it like? Is it easy to adapt on one side? Is it like hard one?
I remember like when I would come like years back home,
Yeah.
people would be very like, you're not Kenyan.
Yeah.
You know, they would tell you you're not Kenyan, you act. You know, when I act Kamzungu,
You act bougie.
you're acting bougie,
Yeah.
and then you go back there and
Yeah.
you're a second-class citizen.
Yeah.
You know,
And they
and
also
then
still treated differently.
You sit, so it's like you don't really have
A home.
an identity in some way. Like you still have to like figure out where you belong. But for me, I think now I just don't care about that. But culturally,
There's so many things.
there's so many things.
Yeah, right?
There's a lot of things that people do differently.
What about you, Sheila? Do you have an identity crisis like our friend over here?
I think everyone that I know, like, because where we live, we're minorities, obviously, so we get along with minorities and
a certain type of minorities.
yes, a certain type of minorities.
Like which ones? What do you mean?
The black ones.
Not just the black ones,
really?
even the Eastern European minorities. Yes, because like they also get discriminated against.
Really?
Yes,
But the
they do.
Indians don't like.
Don't like what?
I mean,
No, you can. In this podcast, you can say anything because people are learning from it, right?
Yeah, they are learning.
And you're not offending everyone directly.
I'm not.
Come on.
Everyone.
Yeah.
No,
There's
but
some people.
Yeah, but like what I would say is when it comes to identity, like I think it's frustrating because, part of being in Norway is like there's an expectation placed on you as a person of color that you have to adapt and kind of like suppress your Africanness or whatever you're from. Like you have to suppress it, especially if it's different from the rest. And so you do that like subconsciously without being aware.
Like what things?
Like it just the way you talk. How you talk. If you're a loudspeaker, you're gonna lower your voice real quick.
Really?
If you
And also,
yeah,
we are used to being the only black people in
everywhere.
Really?
a lot. Like in my class, for
Yeah.
instance, in my lectures, we're like maybe 3 black people. Everyone else is white. So of course, as human beings, you're going to feel like, you're going to feel some type of way.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one thing.
And also, so that's one thing that's frustrating. Is like when you are the only black person in a space, you're kind of the representative of the whole black race.
Yeah.
And you have to like.
So if you're loud,
You have to-
everybody from your
Everyone is
country is
yeah,
loud.
and everything, or if last night some black person stole,
Oh,
the
yeah.
next day you must be a thief too, you know. But like what
Yeah.
I find kind of frustrating when I'm coming back to visit family like in Tanzania,
Yeah.
it frustrates me that immediately I'm labeled, oh, when mzungu, or you're this, you're that, you're an outsider just because
Yeah.
you've lived somewhere else, and they mean it as an endearing term.
Yeah.
Like, but I think we need to broaden like the outlook on being African. Like, it shouldn't necessarily mean that you have grown here, you eat ugali a certain way and everything. It shouldn't have to mean that. It should be broader.
So are you
Yeah.
looked down upon, or do they praise you?
It's
Because I mean, like in Kenya, summer ban is like people, like, welcome them, spend
definitely treat
all
you
their money,
differently.
and then like
they treat you differently.
But
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the same time, they kind of
They look at you as weak.
really,
I mean, we.
A little bit. Like, I was walking.
I mean, definitely. 'Cause
Yeah.
can you feel it?
especially when you're trying to get something for cheap,
Yeah,
they'll
Huh.
be like you
You
a
rich.
wide price.
like you're trying to bargain.
Yeah.
Ah,
And
come on, here you bargain for everything,
but,
everything.
You know, but
I do it. I used to feel bad until like I got to an age where like I need to balance my expenses.
yeah.
Yeah, because like even working as a freelance, like clients bargain. Like you give somebody a price, they not feel ashamed. They're like, make sure this is what I have. Can we work with this? And then you have to like, just lower your price and work with it. So I'm going there, even if it's Mama Mboga, hey, we have to strike a deal.
yeah.
Like how much, am I getting all these tomatoes for this much? Give me a good price, I take all of this. So for me, it's just in me. I really don't care.
Yeah.
So you don't have to feel bad if you're bargaining.
It's not about feeling bad because I do bargain.
Yeah, you want
But
that
it's
white
like-
price?
I don't want that.
No.
That's the price I get automatically.
But if you don't talk with that funny accent, I mean, come on.
What funny accent?
You know what I'm talking about.
don't
Just
have
switch
funny
back.
accent.
Just switch back to Kenyan if you're trying to go get a nice bargain.
And
Nobody's
I do.
gonna disturb
I
you.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she does.
I do.
And it also makes sure that people can take advantage of you because they're like, okay, now she's Kenyan, so she's. But if
Yeah.
they see like her Swahili, oh, you're done. You're done.
done.
Naomba. They're like, oh my God. She's praying for what? What? So yeah, what are some of the other things that you can say like strikingly they're quite different? Like
No,
if
but-
you're coming from just coming back and forth, it's just like a hard adjustment.
The hard adjustment.
Yeah. I know like Tanzania, first of all, Tanzania, like you said, you're supposed to have like 2 babies by now and a
Oh my
husband,
God.
right?
Yeah. I got the funny thing is I got that question mostly from kids, not
Yeah.
from adults. So they're
Kids are like, this one
you have-
looks
you
like
have-
she's ready.
Yes, and then when they were calling me auntie and mama, and I was like,
Mama,
I have-
mama.
or shikamo, like I was hearing all of that, and I was like, oh, because like in Norway, I'm still a kid,
Yeah.
like you're still
But
a
also
kid.
in Norway, they don't refer to each other like that.
There's
Can
that that humility
Can we
is not
get your
there.
lips
I'm
slightly
sorry.
closer to the...
Ole.
Oh, you're saying like in Norway?
They don't have those terms to refer to one another. Like you call the teacher by the first name.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're
So, like,
struggling.
Yeah, it's like you.
Oh, they do call their teachers in there?
Yeah,
First
first
name.
name. You call them by their first
Like
name.
your homie, like Sam, Dorothy.
As in,
Yeah.
if your name says Johnny, as in Johnny, there's no like teacher Johnny. Or it's
They
Mr.
disrespect. They
Ati
disrespect.
Mr. So like, of course, when you come here, it's like, oh, you forget that
Oh,
people
that
here-
you're actually supposed to
you're
address
supposed to
people
address
differently.
differently and greet people in the morning. And
Oh, that's not there.
you don't do that. So
And I
yeah.
kind of miss that. That's why, for me
Yeah.
at least, being polite is very important.
Yeah.
And I stayed in France for a short while, and if you're not polite there, no one will help you.
Really?
Like, no one will help you. Like, there's a whole way to. There's a third verb like you need to
use for every-
use for people you don't know for being polite. Like the vous. Like that's
What's that?
that's the whole thing. Vous is like it's a well, now it's a while since I've spoken French, but vous is when you refer to someone like in a respectful manner, someone you don't.
Like excuse
No,
me, sir,
well,
excuse
yeah,
me, miss.
yes,
But it's
yeah.
general for both sexes, kind of.
Yes, that one's general for both sexes. But then there's the other ones for like people you know.
Oh, Kenyans would have a hard time with that, eh? Would have a hard time with that.
But there's still like levels of respect in terms of like your elders, and if there's an old person standing, you'll in your bus, you'll stand up and give them a seat. Or I don't know if you guys do that, but in Norway we certainly
I'm not
don't.
doing that for anyone.
Oh,
Pregnant woman.
a pregnant woman.
I'm not doing that for anyone. No.
Why?
I didn't get her pregnant.
But what if it's like an elderly person?
Like who?
Any
They should be resting at home.
Wow.
Don't put me in a
Karma
compromising.
exists, John.
Hey,
Be
listen.
careful.
That is
We'll just have to
Karma is
wait.
real.
We'll just have to wait and see. I know well I'm supposed to be when I'm an old person. Just don't put yourself in that. Because some people now start taking advantage, though.
Of what?
People.
They'll put a pillow just so they in their
Like an
stomach
old
so that they
people?
can sit.
I've seen that
That's-
on YouTube as well. So, I mean, it does
there's other
exist.
things.
Okay, and then now we'll come back to, just you living in Norway.